There are any animals that fear nothing, most of them are predators and large. But still the most courageous animal is the little honey badger. But why is it like this? What are its strengths and characteristics, and how it behaves? In this episode Elv will tell you and show you why honey badger is the most courageous animal in the world. The honey badger is from the family of styled living in Africa and Asia. In Africa it lives almost everywhere, while it spreads in Asia from the Arabian Peninsula to Central Asia as well as India and Nepal. The honey badger is a rather small animal, up to 77 centimeters in size and a tail length of about 25 centimeters. It weighs between 7 to 13 kilograms. The honey badger doesn't look very scary because it's small in size, but in reality all animals fear it. While he himself is not afraid of anyone, and this is recognized by the scientists who put these mammals at the end of the last century in the Book of Guinness as the most courageous animals on the planet. But why is it like this? There are several reasons. The first is the skin. The skin of the honey badger is very thick except for a thin layer on his stomach. This makes him a creature that is almost impossible to penetrate his skin. Even the strong teeth of large cats and poisonous snakes cannot pierce his skin. The second reason for his courage is his strong hands with long claws as well as his teeth. With its long claws it can eliminate many competitors, and its sharp teeth allow it to eat its entire prey. And completely it means the spine and the skull. He eats rodents, snakes, antelopes and birds, and he loves honey too, and for this reason he is so named. The third reason why honey badger is dangerous is its aggressive temperament, which reaches the point of madness. Honey badger can be called impregnable steel because it does not care who to face. A honey badger can even catch a lion, a tiger, a zebra moose or even a crocodile. That's why it has no natural enemies in the wild. Another reason is his body's immunity against snake venom. Animals die after a bite of a poisonous snake, but the honey badger sleeps for 2 hours, then wakes up as if nothing had happened and takes revenge on the perpetrator. All this makes the honey badger the most brave and crazy animal on the entire planet. But how is it with reality and how it behaves in battle? Let's take a look. The lions. An amazing episode was filmed somewhere in Africa a few years ago. There were 6 lions in the savannah, 2 lionesses and 4 lion cubs. Suddenly 2 honey badgers ran nearby. They had a strong motivation to fight the lion cubs and headed towards them. The lionesses were aware of the audacity of the honey badger, so they preferred not to mess with these crazy animals. But the lion cubs were inexperienced, so they decided to pounce on them. And they started punching and biting one of them without realizing that they were making a big mistake. But the honey badger didn't care and looked like he didn't feel the punches, and the lionesses rushed to the rescue. And we grabbed the honey badger and started rolling it on the ground, but the animal didn't care. At some point the lionesses caught the brave creature again, but he bit the lioness painfully in her mouth. Then they both left on their way. Snake. 2 years ago, photos of tourists on a trip in Chobe National Park in Botswana. Scene of a snake attacking the honey badger. But he ended up being his victim. The huge snake tried to strangle the honey badger but was stopped by a passing jackal. As the snake chased the jackal away, he relieved his pressure on the honey badger. And immediately the honey badger took advantage of this and wanted to take revenge on the offender. The honey badger freed himself from the grip of the snake and the roles were reversed. Instead of running away and leaving his prey, the jackal, the honey badger started chasing them. The second jackal bit the honey badger, and the honey badger showed his sharp teeth and crazy nature to the jackals. He succeeded in fighting them and dragging his prey away to a shelter behind a tree. Rattlesnake. Well, everything is understandable with the snake, but what about poisonous snakes? I told you that honey badger is immune to snake venom, but how do these fights happen between these animals? Let's take a look. The honey badger's competitor is the rattlesnake. This type of snake is not as famous as the black mamba or the king cobra. This snake is equally dangerous. This snake kills more people in Africa than any other snake on this continent. A single dose of it kills a large number of adults. This footage, taken by a team of researchers, shows the clash between the snake and the honey badger. First, the honey badger shows rudeness and takes the prey from the snake and eats it a meter away from the snake, and the snake looks at him. But the honey badger is not satisfied with this. After a few seconds he attacks the snake itself and in the end wins and starts eating it. But soon the team of scientists noticed a swelling in his cheek as the snake was able to bite the animal. The honey badger stops eating the snake and sleeps as if he has been placed under the influence of a drug. Although he was bitten by a poisonous snake, the honey badger slept only a few hours and then woke up and went on his way. Scientists still do not know why honey badgers are resistant to poison. The crazy immunity of this animal is a mystery to them. Scorpion. It turns out that honey badger resists not only snake venom but also scorpion venom. And by the way, did you know that out of more than 1,500 species of scorpions, there are about 25 species that are dangerous to humans? Anyway, it is better for you to avoid all kinds of scorpions. But the honey badger doesn't care what kind of scorpion gets in his way. In these shots, we see the honey badger approaching a scorpion. The arthropod tries to defend himself against the intruder and stings him several times in the face. Although a scorpion bite is very painful and even more painful than a snake bite, it eats the scorpion as if nothing had happened. Crocodile. African crocodiles are very dangerous animals. Only hippos, elephants and lions can resist them. Crocodiles have another enemy, which is of course the honey badger. Fox example. This footage shows the bold honey badger fighting the dangerous crocodile. The animals wrestled a little, then the honey badger simply walked away without getting any damage. The only reason he left the battlefield was the large size of the crocodile. Despite all the cruelty of the honey badger, he can only give the giant a slap, but things are easier with small crocodiles. In this video, you can see the honey badger dragging a small crocodile, his sharp teeth. Hyenas. Hyenas are some of the most dangerous and brutal inhabitants of Africa, but even these monsters prefer to stay away from honey badgers. They're afraid of these crazy animals. Hyenas dared to attack the honey badger, and they are groups, as in this case, the hyena clan feels more confident when confronted with the honey badger. They chase him at the wooded savanna, but the honey badger doesn't care who opposes him. He reveals his teeth and chases a hyena and bites him, and although the honey badger escaped in the end, the hyenas could not overcome him. And they'll think that the honey badger ran away because he was bored. Mother versus zebra. Honey badgers do not attack everyone for no reason. They often pounce on other animals or intimidate them to protect their young. This is interesting because while honey badgers are brave creatures, their mothers are the bravest creatures on earth ever. In this shot, a female honey badger tries to cross a road with her baby. He left his mother and went around, but the mother didn't notice it. The little one went towards zebras, which was the first time he saw them in his life, and started examining them. And the zebras started heading towards him. Only then did the mother come to her senses and ran to the rescue. And she made a sharp defense and saved the little one from zebras, and one zebra escaped while the other pretended not to care. The mother's courage saved the little one, and after making sure he was okay, she grabbed him and carried him across the road scolding. But the zebras were not predators, and it is not possible to hurt him. But what about the little ones that collide with other predators? Snapshot taken 2 years ago in South Africa's Kruger National Park. We see a cheetah sneaking into a small honey badger that was sitting a few meters away and did not see the danger until the predator rushed to him. The little animal noticed in hindsight that it was about to die. But then the mother turns on the cheetah, and the cheetah runs away immediately as if it were not a predator but a domestic cat. A wonderful rescue and another proof that honey badgers are the most